Hello everybody, and welcome back to Crashlander. We are on episode 17, and in the meantime, between episodes, I've been farming so much, and I've also been trading so much off camera that I feel like I have enough component kits and circuit boards to keep me going for a little while, but there's never not enough time to farm. So right now we're actually farming a little bit of broccoli, and I just wanted to show you guys actually how this farm is doing. I did add a little bit of an upgrade to the farm as well. Hopefully we'll see this here in just a second. Come on, grow you broccoli, grow. It's growing. All right, so for anyone who does not know, I pretty much have made this farm completely automatic. You guys can see as soon as that broccoli, at least one of the broccolis, went to full growth, this thing kicked on and it is sucking up everything it possibly can. It's going to go in a completely 360 and suck up any remaining broccoli as well. Because by the time this actually does a loop around, every other broccoli should have grown fully. I was going to, this episode, I was going to make a video explaining exactly how the farm works, going like pretty technical, but I don't know how popular that video is going to be. If you guys do want to see actually the bits and bobs of this whole machinery, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys are already down there, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well. Thank you so much. Oh, is this broccoli going to make me a liar? Come on, pick it up. But because there actually is one more feature I added on this, which I'm really happy about. I'm pretty proud of it. It's not super technical, but I gave myself a little pat on the shoulder for thinking about it. And once this gets done circling around, I'll let you guys know. We're gonna have to cheat a little bit here, guys. I'm gonna pick this up. All right, I cheated a little bit. I'm sorry. I do apologize. But as you guys saw, as soon as things got sucked out of here. And then as soon as they didn't detect anything anymore, it's starting to replant once again. And the way I have that going on is, get out of here, you little bugger. The way I have that going on is actually this little sensor right here. And after this raid that's going on right now, I'll explain that a little bit more detail while I'm not super distracted. Get out of here! Go, 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 go! All right, and since this is broccoli, I actually have also been fertilizing it as well. I've been spending a lot of time collecting corn and flowers for fertilizer. So I am going to be using it for this broccoli because if anyone does not know, if you fertilize a crop, it pretty much takes the grow time in half. And these tier 3 crops, if unfertilized, they take up to 2 whole days. And it's a little brutal, and I have just been sitting here waiting, and I do not want to wait any longer. Before I was rudely interrupted by a raid I knew was coming in, I was talking about this sensor right here, and this is a nifty little sensor. So because if anybody does not know about scrap mechanic logic or switches or anything like that, if I had a switch here and I clicked it on and I left the area, it would turn off. By the time I get back, it would turn off. For some reason, that's just how logic is, and it's incredibly annoying. So my little switch for when I leave the area is this sensor and a block. This sensor is for actually making this farm just keep repeating the same crop over and over. So like when everything's grown, it sucks everything up, and it comes back, drops off any of the excess stuff into the system. It will detect that the sensor's still on, and it will just keep going forever until I remove this block. If this block is not here, it will obviously still suck everything up. It'll go around, but it will not water or plant again. I would have to manually put this block here or press the yellow button right here as well. I'm sure somebody probably is going to say that I could probably use a NOR gate or a NAND gate or something like that. But honestly, I just like the option, like the idea of me placing this block here, or it could be any block really. I feel like this is more reliable than having to worry about switches and all that. Because as I said before, the switch is going to be turning off as soon as you leave the area. But anyway, I think this is the last time we'll talk about the farm for today. So the plans for today is, as I mentioned earlier, I've been doing a lot of trading with the HQ, but the HQ does not have every single material that I need. And I don't remember what the trades for Bill are, and I definitely want to go see Bill today. But I am so tired of driving to Bill because I like 2 or 3 forests I need to drive through. It's excruciating. My original plan, I wanted to like make a road through the forest, but why do that when we have the materials to fly? And that is right, I said flying. As I said, I think we do have enough materials to actually start making a plane. But before we do that, I just kind of wanted to show you guys my idea and thoughts behind the process of making a plane. So if anyone has not played Survival Scrap Mechanic, you guys do not know the suffering and ridiculousness about how much a thruster can use fuel. So I am going against my better judgment, and it irks me to say I am going to be using some suspension glitches for the actual controls of the plane. Obviously not for the thrust, but mainly like the roll, the pitch, and the yaw. So the way I'm going to be doing that, as I said, is with the suspension glitch. If anyone does not know what the suspension glitch is, it's a little bit of a bug with Scrap Mechanic itself. It's been in the game for couldn't tell you how long, but the way that it works is that if you have a bearing connected to a suspension, and you have that connected to a free floating bearing, it's going to try to move that bearing, but eventually it cannot. And the bearing is actually, and it's also welded to like its creation. So what it's going to do is it's going to eventually just move your entire creation in a certain direction that the bearing is spinning. And for a plane, as I said, the 3 different controls like yaw, pitch, yaw, and roll. That's how I have these set up right now. So this right here is the roll. This right here is the pitch, and right here is the yaw. And what I have that now set up, I have the compact computer set up to angle converters. You could use controllers, but I already had a fair amount of compact computers, so I figured might as well just use these. And then I have some compact computers on the WSAD just for help me steering. Then on my 1 and 2, I have those set for my yaw. So I'll demonstrate the yaw right now. So I'm gonna yaw to the left, then I'm gonna yaw to the right. And as you guys can, I don't know if you guys can tell, it might be easier with the actual rolling. So when I hit number 1, look at the suspension piece closest to the camera. You'll notice that it's trying to move, but it can't. Then, as you can see, then it is trying to eventually, like, say it's coming towards me and coming towards my character. But it can't. So it's actually moving the creation to the left because that's the direction it wants to go. And if I were to now hit W, it's going to actually move my creation up. And same thing with if I hit W. Can I do a handstand? It is so ridiculous. I do not understand why this bug exists. And as far as I know, the Axolot team, they don't plan on ever getting rid of this. So I've kind of just accepted it a little bit that it's just in the game. But then here's also the roll as well. I think this is where you can probably see a little bit better. This suspension right here, as you can actually kind of see, like it's glitching out. It can't move the way it wants to. And so in return, it's like, we're just going to move the whole. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off just in case anyone does not know about the suspension glitches and they don't know like how I'm going to be like maneuvering the plane, because I do not want to have a thruster for each movement point, right? Because that just requires 1 more thrusters. So that makes more weight, which more weight means more fuel, and let alone to make it move, it's requiring fuel. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of fuel. that's the end of the day. That's what I'm going for, because I am still just going up to these oil things and collecting the oil and converting it into gasoline. I have not gone to an oil pond at all because I'm trying to limit myself to using those. But anyway, yeah, I think I still need to figure out a design for a plane I want to do, but I wanted to at least go over the controls and how I actually want to make this thing. So yeah, give me a little bit and we start working on a plane. All right, everybody. So I think we actually got a plane to be working. It has been a few days in real life to get this thing to actually work the way I want it to. It has been quite the struggle bus, I cannot lie. So I originally did make this plane over here in survival, but it's just it ended up just not being practical. I really wanted to make the plane out of metal and have like a twin engine look of a plane, but again, it just wasn't practical. It was way too heavy, and I'm gonna need like way too many thrusters just to get this thing off the ground. And because the whole point of having a plane is to go to Bill and actually for like actual gasoline and stuff. And if I'm pretty much spending all my resources just to get gas for a round trip, it didn't seem didn't seem too practical. So I ended up going with like kind of like a more of a single engine style plane, and pretty much completely made out of wood. And one thing that actually took me a long time to actually comprehend is that I actually need, for some reason I'm so stupid, because I don't, at the moment, this plane right here, it did not have any sort of like upwards thrust. It only had going forward thrust, and it took me a long time to actually realize that I actually need some upward thrust, because, and yes, I know that there's no aerodynamics in this game, but for some reason my brain could not comprehend that. But eventually I realized that, and I added some thrusters down below. I do like the look of actually both planes. I love the dual engine a little bit more, but I'm thinking I feel like even like a single engine isn't kind of a nice starter plane. If we're still kind of like in the remember, this is our first plane we're gonna be flying, so might as well have a single engine plane, right? Why jump up to a dual engine as well? To immediately. A few extra things about this plane is that it is using a total of 6 different thrusters. I got 3 that actually push me up, then I have 3 for actual like forward momentum. I have like 1 on each wing, and each wing is actually using a controller. They are pointed down 15 degrees, and that is honestly incredibly crucial, because if those are not pushed down 15 degrees, it is actually quite unstable, which I can actually show you guys here. If you guys did not realize yet, we are in my creative world, just because trying to save on on gasoline. But yeah, let me I can show you guys how it works without the 15 degrees. So we're gonna turn the engines on, we're going to take off, and I am using the suspension like glitch controls, but I'm just gonna get in the air real quick, and I'm gonna take my hands off the controls and just kind of show you guys how this plane flies. Let me get a little bit in the air. Oh my god. Let's go. But hands are off the controls. And it pretty much, as soon as my hands are off the controls, I literally have to, I have to continuously readjust. I mean, I could, as you guys can see, it is quite forward heavy, so potentially I could put some like concrete or something like on the tail to make sure it doesn't go like forward as much, or even maybe if I change any of the settings of the thrusters, it is even more unstable, so that's not exactly an option. But I could potentially like add concrete or something heavy to change the center of weight. But if I were to actually, let me regroup here for a second. But yeah, if I were to just change these down, like they change the front ones down by 15 degrees, we turn our, let me get up in, we're gonna turn our engines on, we're gonna get into the air. It is a little bit of a pain to get out of the water, just because like it seems like the water like it adds like so much friction. Come on, get out of the water, come on, you can do it. I just want to make sure my tail's not hitting it. But even still, like, hands are off. It is not tipping. It is not doing nothing. It's not rolling. It's like there's pretty much no correction needed, and it is fantastic. Like adding the controllers on the 15 degrees down was the best thing I could ever done. This thing flies so incredibly well. Let me actually gain some altitude a little bit so I can actually show you guys a few maneuvers. And and the most important maneuver you always need to do, you need to know is, let's do a barrel roll. Oh, that was incredibly smooth. Oh, I love this thing so much. It is so much fun to fly because it just works so well. Yeah, I mean, again, there's no aerodynamics, so you can pretty much it's like you're driving like a drift car in the air. That's what it kind of feels like. Let's get to land before we actually do run out of fuel, because end of the day we are still using 6 thrusters, and it is not very fuel efficient in the slightest. I tried my best to reduce the weight as much as I could, but we're still using thrusters. Now the plan for today is that I do want to import this one into my survival world, and luckily enough I already have the resources because I did make this legitimately in my survival world. So I'm just gonna, sadly I'm just gonna have to tear this apart and turn it into this guy. So it is what it is. Eventually I might want to try and come back to this design, because after getting this one to work, I feel like I can actually get this one to work. I still probably have to make it out of wood, which that's fine. But I love the twin engine design and these little chonky boys right here in the front. I think it just looks really cool. But for us to actually move this over into creative or into survival, we do need to have all the materials in our inventory, not just like in a chest near us. So which I've already done, is that I've pretty much segmented the plane into different sections so I can like bring it over into my survival. And what I had to do was I actually had to take away these three thrusters on the bottom, and like my little like pipes right here, just to have 4 extra slots in my inventory. Because if I did not do that, I wouldn't have enough room to bring it over, and I just didn't want to take away any of the have to deal with any of these wedges, because I cut it right here because it seemed like the easiest part to cut. But I just didn't want to deal with any placing any more wedges. Yeah, I think like I said, I think these planes started out really well, like design wise. Obviously I still got to paint them up, which I will do probably in a future episode. But this episode is all about testing. All right, yeah, without further ado, let's head over to our survival world. And I do want to fly over to Bill just to see how much fuel we actually are using. So if it's even practical to do. All right, let's head over there. All right, here is the the remaining corpse of the previous plane here. Ooh, gas! Actually, I need more gas. So I just pretty much scavenged all of my gas from my previous vehicles and any extra I have, because I don't know the exact number I'm going to need to get to Bill and back. But tanks are fully loaded. I got some more gas here as well. But since we are going there, I do want to do a little bit of trading. And what I am most low on is actually coal, and he trades coal for beets. So I took my entire beet supply. I think it was pretty much just over 1 full like big chest, and I'm gonna try and get as much coal as I possibly can. Then he also trades oil for copper. So I think I want to pretty much get as much oil as I possibly can too, because I do want to see how much gasoline I can actually get from him, because I can get copper now from trading broccoli and bananas. So which to me is not, I don't love, because the broccoli takes like fertilizer. So actually one thing I forgot to check. We got to see if he trades for fertilizer. I want to say he does. So when we actually head over there, let's see what his trade for fertilizer is. But yeah, without further ado, I think we should start heading over. Actually, one thing I think I forgot to mention is, well, obviously I do have some storage here, but with the thrusters as well, I do have a switch here that actually kind of lowers the thrusters a little bit, just to give me a little extra lift as well, to help get above any kind of like mountains or something. So I did forget to mention that. But overall, I think that is about it with the plane. And let's head over to Bill. So let's get the log open, set waypoint. He is this way. I'm going to put my thrusters down. And we're gonna take off. Here we go. Head over to Bill. But as you guys can also see, like I am having to adjust a little bit for like when the thrusters are down. which is not too bad, honestly. But when the thrusters are down, I am losing a little bit of speed, so definitely it is more beneficial to have them up, like to like the just the 15 down. And I pretty much have gotten this to as a pretty much get this kind of like a stable like between like 130 kilometers an hour and like 140 without like losing too much altitude. All right, but yeah, my hands are off. The hands are off the plane. It is like, again, I can't be really even more happy with how this plane flies. It's incredibly stable. This is my first like official like flyer that I have like. I'm actually incredibly happy with. Even in regular creative mode, I've never had like a really good flyer. Like I've always attempted not to use the suspension pieces or any like suspension glitches, but especially like in like survival like this, I don't think it's practical to have not use suspension glitches because you're gonna need so many more thrusters just for like the pitch, the rolling, and the yawing. It's gonna be ridiculous. We're not going for the smoothest of landing because we're trying to save on fuel, right? So, oh no, let's get out before it freaks out. Oh no, oh no, we're upside down. So how much fuel did we use? So from the top one, I did segment the tanks into like these thrusters are to this tank right here, and then the other three are on this tank. And this thruster is not full, or oh wait, oh no wonder it's flying a little wonky. This one actually should be. I thought, hey, this one should be one less than max. Okay, so that's different from when that's why it's flying a little bit wonky. All right. Anyway, we pretty much used like I think we used almost like a tank and like probably like 6 stacks, so just over a tank. Yeah. All right. Since we are at Bill, I'm just gonna walk over there. Hopefully the wolves do not attack it. But yeah. All right, Bill. First of all, you trade fertilizer, don't you? Please. Yes, you do. Oh. No, oh, yes, okay, yes. Okay, this makes me so happy. So for fertilizer, you trade carrot seeds and tomato seeds. That is fantastic. Love it. All right, so that gives me more of a reason to actually save my seeds. Oh, okay, I am very happy about that one. I mean, glue clams, I don't really mind. I've still been harvesting glue clams by hand, and I haven't had like that major of a problem. Like even beeswax. Same. Beeswax and glue clamps, I haven't had too much of a problem with these. I haven't really had to use too much. Beeswax more because of the wedges, but again, it hasn't been that bad. Embers. Oh, beets. Oh, actually, you know what? I kind of want to buy some embers, honestly. Ember. Okay. Yeah, I'm buying some embers. Since we have all this, I just forget my beets in the plane. But yeah, I think we're going to buy a whole bunch of coal and embers. Yeah, I just did a fair amount of trading as these guys are over here. Leave me alone, don't attack the plane, please. Leave me, stop it, stop attacking things. I can't have a moment of peace. Oh my god. Oh, jeez, okay. All right, as I was saying, I did a fair amount of trading. I got almost an entire stack full of embers. Then pretty much a little bit over a row of oil and almost a row of coal. I ended up not trading all of my copper because I do want to save it for other stuff. I feel like trading it all for oil is probably not the smartest idea. But I'd like to see like how beneficial this is. I mean, please let me know what you guys think. If this is a good idea to keep to try to trade for oil and stuff. And or if I should just suck it up and make like a gas station or something. Or some sort of just infinite oil, because I don't know how practical this is going to be. It's going to be a lot of trading. I just like the idea of trading. It just makes me smile. But all right, I think we're ready to head out and see how much fuel we actually ended up using. All bad. Since I lowered that thruster down by the 1, it's not even pitching forward at all anymore. That is fan-frickin-tastic. I love that. Like my hands are off I'm not having to overcorrect or anything. Oh, it's so good. I just turned my switch off. We are pitching down a little bit though. Oh, now I have to actually start correcting for stuff. Ooh, oh geez. I feel like I welded something wrong. Definitely, like, are we a little too like, front heavy now? Possibly? Well, like, yeah, with the... So technically, these thrusters in the front are now, like, 30%, 30 degrees down at percent. It's actually, it's flying really well. I can't remember, like, I might have welded the wings wrong. That's what I'm thinking I did. Yeah, we're just turning it off. We're going way too far down. Oh my god, we're going down, so down, we're going so far down. Oh no. All right, let's just not crash in the woods, because my luck, I'm gonna land on top of a bear and it's going to just destroy this thing because it is made out of freaking wood. All right, we're going down. No need to we use our momentum. Let's just sort of glide, I guess, back. Any landing we can walk away from is a good landing. It's not too bad. Oh, that's funny. Or I wonder, do I need to like bring it? Maybe I could probably bring these wings back a little bit, actually, just to maybe not make myself go for it as much. I'm kind of curious what I feel like I feel like I did weld these wings wrong. They probably need to go back like a block or two, I bet. All right, everybody, I think that's where I'm gonna have to end it here for today. Man, we did use a lot of fuel, I have to say. This is my remaining fuel, like gas from our original trip. Luckily enough, we were able to trade for some oil, which I will be converting into more gasoline here. I could have traded some more, but I don't want to waste all my copper on just oil. I'm always all over the place. But yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on this plane here. I think it turned out pretty well. Like I said, we will be painting it. It's just, I might want to change a few things still. Get a little bit more, I think I need to like re-weld some stuff as well. But yeah, all right. Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye-bye!